How to optimize your Amazon listing to increase sales with Amazon SEO in 2017. I'm Brian from AZ Marketers, and these are the 13 parts of an optimized Amazon listing. Title, photos, price, reviews, bullet points, product description, search terms, subject matter keywords, category, promotions, prime shipping, Amazon ads, and sales velocity. So how are your Amazon sales? Not as good as they should be? The first thing I'd ask you is, how's your product listing on Amazon? Is your Amazon SEO optimized for conversions and organic rank? Did you do sufficient keyword research and learn how to effectively write copy for an Amazon listing that'll catapult your product to bestsellers rank? Maybe you hired an expert, bought a book on copywriting, or read a few blog posts on it, and you think for the most part, everything's good. But what does it really mean to optimize your Amazon listing? And what goes into Amazon SEO? Do you know? A couple years ago, a friend came to me for help to boost the sales of his product on Amazon. Sales were about 2 to 3 units a day. The problem was his product research told him that the product should be selling more than 10 units a day. On top of that, his product was really high quality and well made. So what was happening here? Additionally, my friend continually spent as much as he could on Amazon ads. He expected that with enough ad spend, he could improve organic rank and increase sales. But throwing money at Amazon PPC wasn't the answer. In looking at my friend's product listing, it was clear that the listing wasn't optimized. The first step in selling on Amazon is making sure that people can find your product on Amazon, and listing optimization accomplishes just that. If you simply run ads to an unoptimized listing, you're leaving money on the table because your sales conversion rate is lower than it should be, and you're wasting money on irrelevant ads. With an optimized listing, more people will find your product organically through search, and your ad performance will improve because your ads will be more relevant to your product. It's a win-win. I worked with my friend and optimized his listing. Within a week, he could notice the difference. Sales went from 5 per day to 10 per day to 15 per day, and it kept growing. Amazon listing optimization is both an art and a science, but it can be learned, and it's so important to learn it. My team and I at AZ Marketers are listing optimization specialists. We have a process that works, and I'm going to share that with you right here. What I'm going to teach you is a method we've refined over years of building Amazon listings. There's no reason why you can't become an Amazon listing expert yourself. Follow along to see how it's done. When you optimize your listing, you'll see more sales and business growth, so it's worth learning this. If you don't have the time and you'd rather have us research and write your listing for you, contact us at our website at azmarketers.com. Our listings are made to sell, and we guarantee you'll love the result or we'll revise it until you do. But for now, let's get started, and at the end of learning this material, you'll have years of listing optimization experience under your belt. First, let's start with an example. What's a great Amazon listing look like? Check this out. Does your listing look like this? A great Amazon listing accomplishes 2 things. First, people find your product. And second, people buy your product. The majority of people shop on Amazon using search. Customers type in what they're looking for, and then Amazon shows shoppers products based on their search terms. When you write your product listing, you're automatically giving Amazon keywords. These keywords tell Amazon when they should display your product given a customer's search. If you don't use good keywords or you don't use enough keywords, then you're missing out on your opportunity to tell Amazon when to show your product. This results in fewer sales. When shoppers do click on your product, they need a reason to buy it. Otherwise, they'll take their credit card elsewhere. The way your listing is presented makes all the difference in the world if shoppers buy or not. The art and science of Amazon listing optimization is this. You need to combine keyword research, science, with writing coherent, engaging, and convincing words, art, about your product that turns browsers into buyers. The reason this gets difficult sometimes is because you need to use as many keywords as you can while maintaining the readability of your sales copy. Now I'm going to go through what makes an Amazon listing great, how you can optimize your Amazon listings, and how to accomplish the twin goals of listing optimization, people finding your product and people buying your product. After you optimize your listing, then you'll be ready to take full advantage of Amazon ads, Facebook ads, and all the other ways you can market your product, knowing full well that your efforts won't be wasted. How does more sales and decreased ad spend sound? Good? Good. This process works for both brand new listings and improving existing listings. There's nothing worse than investing thousands of dollars and months of time into creating and sourcing products only to see them sit in Amazon warehouses for months on end because you're missing the critical component of listing optimization. In today's competitive Amazon environment, you can't afford not to optimize your listings. Last, remember that a great listing is an asset that will make you money for months or years to come. Invest the time up front to do this now so you can reap all the tremendous rewards later. Now, just for fun, so we can get familiar with what great listings look like, here's another example of a great Amazon listing. Does yours look like this? Also, check this one out too. This is good too. Are you ready to optimize your listing? All you need is your internet browser to do research and a place to type out your copy. After each phase where you write copy, first save it and then go into Amazon Seller Central to edit your listing later. Now, here are the complete components of an optimized Amazon listing fully explained. But before we start, just one quick warning. If you're editing an existing listing, make sure to first save all currently used text in a safe place before making any edits. Google Drive works great for this. Number 1, title. Your title is the most important copy on your listing because everything in your title ranks your product in Amazon's search algorithm. That means your very best keywords must be in your title. Additionally, make your title as long as you can to take full advantage of this opportunity. The challenge here is to do this without stuffing keywords. You need to use as many high-powered keywords as you can while maintaining fluid readability. A title comprised of keywords only looks yucky and will turn shoppers away. Here's a keyword-rich title. For reference, Amazon has a guide to teach you how to use keywords. Also, there's a guide for writing a great title. I recommend breezing through the information on these guides, but you can do that later, and we link to those guides in our blog post. Let's get back to the nuts and bolts of this. How long can you make your title? Title character limits depend on your category, but most categories have a title limit of 200 characters. If your product has a title limit of 200 characters, then make your title as close to 200 characters as you can to make sure you're making the most out of your title. To make your product title, here's a general formula to use. Primary keyword phrase, feature keyword, for benefit keyword phrase, period. And then repeat that with feature keyword, for benefit keyword phrase, and then add the style, color, or quantity if needed. Now let's break this down. The primary keyword phrase is the essence of your product. This is usually the 1 to 3 keywords that most accurately describes your product. Here's a quick example. Say you sell vitamin-infused matcha green tea powder. Despite how many vitamins you put into the ingredients, your primary keyword phrase is matcha green tea, because that's the essence of the product even though you dressed it up with some fancy vitamins. Your primary keyword phrase is the highest search volume keyword phrase that's most relevant to your product. Here's an exercise. Imagine you and your grandma are going on a vacation together into the Amazon jungle for 3 weeks. But before you head out, you need to buy something that'll help keep the bugs away, so the two of you go to the nearest pharmacy. What is she going to say to the customer representative at the store? What is she looking for in the store? Bug spray. Bug spray is the primary keyword phrase of the product you need in this example. How are you sure that this is the primary keyword phrase of your product? Some might say, go to Google Keyword Planner to look, or use another software service that only estimates Amazon keywords in order to double check it. But I don't think that's accurate enough information. Instead, go straight to the source. Go to Amazon. So go to Amazon.com and in the search bar, search for your primary keyword phrase and see the results. If this phrase is in fact your primary keyword phrase, then the results of your search should provide a bunch of competing products or similar products. It's also likely that the products you see in the search results are using your primary keyword phrase as the first phrase in their titles too. If you don't see competing or similar products to yours in the search results, then your primary keyword phrase is likely off target. A feature keyword is a highly searched for keyword that describes your product. Your goal here is to use words that have both high search volume and high relevance to your product. A benefit keyword phrase is the top reason why someone should care about your product. What's the number one reason it's going to change a shopper's life? This keyword phrase also contains keywords that people search for when looking for your product. Here's another quick example. Say you sell a dog bed. Your feature keyword for benefit keyword phrase for this product could be something like soft heavy-duty pad with washable cover for deep sleep clean comfort. Style, color, quantity if needed is if you sell consumables, linen, or another type of product where this information is needed for a buyer to make a decision to purchase. Additionally, style, color, quantity if needed can be a keyword shoppers use to search for your product. If someone wants pink sheets, then they will probably be searching for pink sheets on Amazon. And so you'll want the keyword pink in your listing if you sell pink sheets. Before moving on from your title, let's circle back to the feature keywords and benefit keyword phrases. You might have a hard time coming up with these, so here's how you find them. Go back to Amazon and type in your primary keyword phrase into search. Now click on every listing that shows up on page 1 and page 2 of the search results. Open these up into new tabs in your browser. Then copy and paste all of the titles of these products into a word processing tool to find the most common keywords used. The thought process here is that your competitors are already selling, and it's likely that they've already found the best keywords. Copy and paste all the titles into either sporkforge.com or Helium 10's Frankenstein tool. Both of these tools are currently free. I prefer the Frankenstein tool because the interface is better. When you do this, delete the duplicate words and sort them by most frequently used. The keywords used most frequently here are the keywords that you want to use in your title. These keywords you find should be used for your feature keywords and benefit keyword phrases. Here are 2 more free tools to use in order to check for more keywords using your primary keyword phrase: keywordtool.io and Scientific Seller's keyword tool. Please remember that these tools only estimate Amazon traffic, so use them as secondary sources of research. Amazon doesn't release search data like Google, so the only true source of Amazon traffic data is from Amazon advertising reports, which they do give to you when you start running ads. Now take the keyword search results from Keyword Tool and Scientific Seller and copy and paste the results into the Frankenstein tool that still has all of your competitors' titles pasted into it. So just to quickly summarize where we are, we use the Frankenstein keyword tool and copy and paste into it all of the titles of our competitors on Amazon, and also the keyword search results from Keyword Tool and Scientific Seller. Now with all of these keywords combined into Helium 10's Frankenstein, we analyze the keywords and look for the most frequently used keywords. Now we have what we want, and these most frequently used keywords are our title keywords. This is exactly how you can find the words for your feature keywords and benefit keyword phrases. You might have noticed that I suggest you leave your brand name out of your title. Here's why. Early on in your product's lifecycle, unless you're already well known, nobody is going to be searching for your brand name. Therefore, it's a waste of space to use it in your title when instead you could be using the space to include heavily searched for keywords that will bring more shoppers to your product listing page. Moreover, your brand equity will be built through the follow-up emails you send to customers and through the branding on your product. If repeat customers or brand-aware customers search for your product on Amazon by your brand name, your product will still top the search results even if your brand isn't in your title. You always want to be attracting new buyers to your Amazon listing all the time. New buyers don't know your brand name, and so they can't search for it. Last, ever notice how titles appear truncated on Amazon? Unless you put your brand name in the front of your title, customers likely won't ever see it. Check out this mobile screenshot. Look how much titles are cut off on mobile. Because of all this, I think it's most prudent to not include your brand name in your title. Here's some things to keep in mind when writing your title. Put your best keywords in the front of your title. Most likely, your primary keyword phrase is the first thing in your title. Don't keyword stuff. Copywriting is an art and a science. Create a readable and attractive title that also uses your best keywords in order of their importance. Use punctuation like periods and commas to help shoppers read your title. Make sure you stay under the character limit, otherwise your listing will be suppressed, which means you won't be able to sell. Compare your title to your competitors. Make sure it stacks up and includes the best keywords. Last thing, don't sweat so much over your title. You can always edit it. Best to just get it done and then rewrite it later after learning more about your product and your market. You can change your title at any time. Number 2, photos. Product photography can be what separates your product from everyone else. Great photos are critical for an optimized listing. The title is what's most important in getting your product found, but your primary product photo is what's most important in getting your product clicked on. For many shoppers, the first part of a listing they see is the picture. Therefore, your product photos need to be attractive and accurate. The amount of photos you can use on your listing depends on your category. In many cases, 7 photos appear on the listing, and 2 more are available if a customer clicks on them for 9 total. It's in your interest to use all available space you have, so if you can include 9 photos, then upload 9. Here's how to break them down. First, main photo. This is your first picture. It must be on a white background, and the product fills more than 85% of the frame. Next, take 3 to 4 product shots. Show your product from all angles. Use a white background. Your customer can't hold and examine your product, so make sure the photos show them everything as though they are holding it in their hand. Then take 3 to 4 lifestyle shots. Show your product being used by real people, or being used in a way that lets your customer imagine themselves using your product. Create an emotional connection for your prospective buyer so that they see how your product will change their life. Within your product shots and lifestyle shots, you can also use text on the photos to include features and benefits about your product, coupon codes, or guarantees, all of which help you close the sale. Here's what I mean by lifestyle shots. Sticking with the green tea matcha powder example, the first 3 photos are lifestyle shots. The last photo is a product shot that includes text of features and benefits. Look how yummy this tea looks as she sips it. Who knew tea could be so much fun with friends? Imagine yourself making matcha cupcakes. And last, look at all the benefits of matcha tea. Did you know that there were so many benefits to having matcha tea? If you're going to be taking your own images, then you'll need to review Amazon's technical requirements, and we link to those in our blog post. Otherwise, how do you get product photos? I highly recommend hiring someone unless you already know what you're doing. There are a lot of companies out there that take product photos for Amazon, but we like a company called Upgraded Images. They do great work for a great value. Remember, great photos are critical for getting sales. Don't spend thousands of dollars sourcing product to not spend less than $100 to get great pictures. A small investment in photography pays for itself many, many times over. Number 3, price. Your price needs to be in line with the market in which you sell. Are you trying to sell a $100 silicone baking mat? That's going to be hard. Unless, of course, your silicone baking mat is made of gold. You get what I'm saying. Your market will tell you the appropriate price for your product. If your product has more bells and whistles than the average, then think about charging a premium for it. See where your product fits in the market and price accordingly. The price of your product has a huge influence on how well it sells. If it's too expensive, then people might think it's not a good value. If it's too cheap, then people might think it's poor quality. You can also take advantage of the ability to put your product on sale within Seller Central over a period of time. Use this feature to drive sales, as Amazon will display the sale price, which encourages customers to buy. See the pink arrow below in the image to look at the sales price for this product in big bold font. If you just launched your product or are trying to generate sales, it's best to keep your price low. Low prices drive more sales than high prices. More sales open you up to more opportunities to get reviews, which in turn helps you get even more sales because of greater social proof. Additionally, more sales increase your sales rank, and this helps you increase organic rank too, which then leads to even more sales. You need to calculate your numbers so that you're comfortable with the price of your product while taking into account optimizing for revenue and optimizing for driving sales. Your pricing strategy is a moving target. Don't just set it and forget it. Look at your sales numbers, your margin, and adjust your price accordingly. Number 4, reviews. Reviews are very important, but we need to understand what they actually do. From what I've seen, more reviews don't increase sales rank. More reviews don't move your product up in organic rank either. More reviews correlate with rank. They don't cause rank. And there's a diminishing returns to reviews, meaning the value of a new review decreases over time. Further meaning, your first 50 reviews are far more valuable than your second 50 reviews and so on. However, good reviews are critical for your listing to be optimized. Notice how I said good reviews. Quality reviews are better than the quantity of reviews, and bad reviews can totally crush your sales on Amazon, even if you have a lot of reviews. So what do reviews do for you? They help you convert shoppers into customers. They offer social proof that your product is quality, that it is what you say it is. Reviews are like virtual referrals. It's how a product conveys trust in the online world. Remember how there are 2 parts to an optimized listing? As a reminder, they are people finding your product and people buying your product. We solve the first part with keywords and copywriting. Reviews are a critical component in solving the second part. People make buying decisions based on reviews. No matter how pretty your pictures are, no matter how optimized your keywords are, if you don't have solid reviews, people won't buy. How many reviews you need depends on your product and your competition. Some products might need hundreds of reviews to sell well. But no matter what, I think it's safe to say that if you have fewer than 20 positive reviews, then reviews should be your primary focus right now. If you're just getting started, I recommend enrolling in Amazon's early reviewer program, which we link to in the blog post. You'll also find this under the advertising tab within Seller Central. If you're an established seller and you need more reviews, just contact us at azmarketers.com/contact and we can help you too. There are many ways to get reviews, and I want to keep this information you're currently learning focused on how to optimize your listings. I just want you to know that reviews are important for conversions. The more you convert, the more you will sell. And the more you will sell, the more you will gain organic rank for keywords, which in turn helps you sell even more. It's a virtuous cycle, as the business folk like to say. Successful selling on Amazon is about momentum and building up that virtuous cycle. Number 5, bullet points. By the time a shopper is reading your bullet points, they are already on your product's listing page. It's time to impress them. At this point, they're already looking at your other product photos, which are great because we already covered that topic, right? They then skim your title and see that your product is relevant to what they're looking for. Now they need to know why they should buy your product. Why should they click on the add to cart button? Essentially, they're now asking, so what? Why is your product better than the competition, and why is your product worth buying? You win this sale using both logic and emotion, features and benefits. Make your product make sense in your shopper's mind and pull on their heart. That being said, Amazon sales pages are short. Your pitch has to get straight to the point. It's more direct response than branding. Customers are savvy and they don't believe flowery, bogus claims. Be honest and tell people how your product helps them. Last point before we jump in. Keywords and bullet points index in Amazon's search, and they help with ad relevance, so make sure to spend good time on these. In the blog post, we'll link to Amazon's take on writing great bullet points. But for now, let's get into the details. You have 5 bullet points for your Amazon listing, but realistically, you only have 4. Why? Because you should include a money-back guarantee as one of your bullets. Everyone includes a money-back guarantee. I think it's now standard for all e-commerce. If you don't do this, then you'll lose out on sales. Will you get people taking advantage of this? Sure, but it'll be a small amount compared to how much you'll lose on potential sales if you leave it out. Also, with Amazon's A to Z guarantee, buyers already have a money-back guarantee, so it's baked into selling on Amazon already. So then why include it? Because many buyers don't even know about Amazon's A to Z guarantee. Are you worried about losing that fifth bullet point to a guarantee instead of loading it with keywords? We've never seen a product that had so many keywords they couldn't fit them into 4 bullet points. If you can't describe your product in a keyword-rich manner with 4 bullet points, then you probably need to rework your bullets. We always advise using a money-back guarantee in the 5th bullet point. Now, let's write your 4 other bullets. Brainstorm for yourself the top features and benefits of your product. Look at your competitors' listings and see what features and benefits they use. See which features and benefits keep coming up over and over again among the products that are similar to yours. From your list, decide on your 4 best feature-benefit combinations. Each bullet needs to be a combination of the features and benefits of your product. You'll lead each bullet with a benefit so that the bullet is benefit-driven, but you'll drive home each benefit with the features of your product. You should be able to narrow down 4 distinct feature-benefit combinations you can use for your product. Once you have 4, then you want to order them from most valuable to least valuable. Your most valuable bullet points are those that are the most awesome feature-benefit combinations of your product. Usually these are things that differentiate your product from the competition, or things that give your buyers the most value. The most valuable feature-benefit combination will be your first bullet point, and then you'll descend in importance to your least valuable feature-benefit combination, which is your 4th bullet point. Remember that your 5th bullet point is your guarantee. Starting with your first bullet point, or your most valuable feature-benefit combination, now write out your first bullet point. Here's a template for writing bullet points. Benefit. Explain benefit because of feature. Answer the so what question. Here's a quick example for a matcha green tea powder bullet point. Easily dissolves in seconds. Our matcha green tea powder easily dissolves in any liquid in a matter of seconds without stirring. Our proprietary process for making smaller powder particles lets you make tea quickly without the need for a stirring spoon, saving you time whenever you want a cup of matcha. Now go through and do your remaining bullet points. Remember, this is just a first draft, so get something on paper. You can always make edits later. To help you write, here are 2 tips. First, look at your competitors' bullet points while you're writing yours. How can you take their bullet points and make yours better than theirs? Second, can you copy and paste all of your competitors' bullet points into a tool like Helium 10's Frankenstein keyword processor? That way, you can identify the most commonly used keywords in order to make sure that you don't leave them out of your bullets. Use your favorite phrases you see your competitors using. Don't copy them word for word. Rather, change them a bit so that it fits with your product and the message you want to convey. When you're finished writing your bullet points, you want to go back through your competitors' listings and make sure you didn't leave anything out essential. The truth is, your bullet points are going to be similar to your competitors because you sell similar products. Realize that this is okay to have a bit of an overlap, and don't worry about being completely different. In our matcha green tea powder example, there are tons of competing matcha green tea products, and no matter what, everybody in the space is going to use the keywords matcha green tea over and over again. Number 6, product description. Your product description is the least important written part of your listing. Why? Because many shoppers don't read product descriptions, and there is doubt among sellers if the words in your product description index in Amazon's search algorithm. Nevertheless, you need to write a product description because at the very least it doesn't hurt. And it's another way you can differentiate yourself from the competition. Moreover, with enhanced brand content, also called A+ content if you're a vendor, you can now tell your product's story in a more meaningful way with graphics and images that are far superior to just text. Before writing your product's description, it's again important to become familiar with your competitors' product descriptions. What are they doing well? What can they improve upon? Take notes on the good aspects that you want to include in your product description. To get an idea of keywords used by your competitors, you can again use Helium 10's Frankenstein tool to copy and paste all of your competitors' product descriptions to identify the most frequently used keywords. That will give you an idea of what language to include in your description. Let's now write your product description, starting with the text product description. I'll cover enhanced brand content next. Before we start, I just want to let you know that we also link to Amazon's take on writing your product description in the blog post, so check it out later. Now here's the general formula I like for the product description. Introduce your product and why it's the best in the market with an attention-grabbing statement. Use social proof if you have it available. List the features, describe the benefits, the so what, bring to life some real use cases so shoppers can imagine using your product. And close with a money-back guarantee and or a call to action. It's a good idea to use HTML with your product description too, because it makes it a lot easier to read. Here's an example of a description that uses HTML. Here's an example of a product description that doesn't use HTML. Notice the difference? It's a bit hard to skim this block of text. When you use HTML, it takes up more space on your listing, which gives you a better chance of your customer noticing and actually reading your product description. To turn your product description into HTML, you don't need to be a computer programmer. Just paste your text into a website like word2cleanhtml.com. Then paste what it gives you into your product listing's description. Your product description needs to read well and include keywords relevant to your product, but you'll include keywords automatically when you describe your product's function, features, and benefits, so don't sweat it so much. Now let's talk about enhanced brand content. Enhanced brand content is awesome because you can include images in your product description. It also gives you tons of space to add text. To use enhanced brand content, you need to be brand registered. And I highly recommend you go through the brand registry process because enhanced brand content is powerful. When making enhanced brand content, focus on your images first, then write the copy. Include both banners and lifestyle images. Get a graphic designer to do this for you. Use the space to tell a story about your product and brand with pictures. How do you use your product? Why do you use your product? What is it going to do for me if I buy your product? Answer all of these questions. It takes more work to do enhanced brand content, but it also makes you appear more legitimate on Amazon. You'll know that a listing is using enhanced brand content if they have images in their product description. What about keyword indexing and rank? Most sellers don't believe enhanced brand content keywords rank in Amazon search. However, there's also a doubt whether regular product descriptions rank now too. Since early 2017, most sellers seem to agree that neither regular product descriptions nor enhanced brand content rank for search. Amazon is playing with their search algorithm all the time, and it's difficult to always be in front of them. I think Amazon is always tweaking their search algorithm in order to sell more. Remember that your interests are aligned. Amazon wants to sell more, and so do you. So in the end, since both types of product descriptions seem to no longer index, it's far better to use enhanced brand content because it just looks better. It's longer, so shoppers will likely stop to look at it when scrolling down the page. And it helps you tell your product story in a compelling way. It helps increase conversions, which will increase your sales and rank. It also increases brand identity and loyalty since you can emphasize how great your company is within enhanced brand content. I recommend investing the time to make awesome enhanced brand content. When Amazon gives you tools to sell more, use them. Number 7, search terms. Your search terms have traditionally been the second most important copy in your listing in terms of getting keywords ranked in Amazon's algorithm after your title. Customers don't see your search terms, so get creative with them. In the blog post, we link to 2 resources so you can check out Amazon's take on search terms. These are certainly worth a read a little bit later. Now, here's what I recommend you do. Go back and take your primary keyword phrase you used in your title and search for it in the Google Keyword Planner to find other relevant keywords for your product. Additionally, use Scientific Seller's keyword tool, Merchant Words, keywordtool.io, and Selleck's keyword tool called Sonar. These are free tools. Merchant Words will ask you to upgrade, but you don't need to given the other free tools you can use. If you want to get into paid tools, use Keyword Inspector and Seller Labs' Scope to do reverse ASIN keyword searches. Compile all of these new keywords into Helium 10's Frankenstein or SporkForge to process them for frequency because you want to use the most frequently used keywords. Now you need to do some manual work to pick out the best keywords. Here's the art part about finding the most relevant keywords. Usually, the most frequently used keywords are going to be relevant to your product. The work comes in after you filter through these initial keywords because you'll have many more keywords on your list. The reason you're shortening your list is because of the character limitations you have for your search terms. As of now, Amazon makes the claim that you can add up to 1,000 characters of search terms 5 times in your backend for up to 5,000 total characters of search terms. This is great, right? Well, not so fast. In practice, we've experienced ourselves and heard from other sellers that Amazon only indexes about 2,000 characters worth of search terms in your backend. This isn't actually a big deal though because you want to make sure you're using the relevant terms anyway. The truth is that if you include 5,000 characters of search terms, you're going to be including a lot of irrelevant keywords into your listing. And this will actually hurt you because irrelevant searches decrease sales conversions. You're better off only including search terms that are relevant to your product in order to optimize your listing. Because of this, I recommend making 2 lists of search terms. First, make a list that's 5,000 characters. Save this list in case you want to refer back to it at some point. Second, narrow down the list of 5,000 characters and make a list that's less than 2,000 characters. We're going to use this list. Now split your list of less than 2,000 characters into different groups so that no group has more than 1,000 characters. Put your best keywords in their search phrase order, the order how shoppers search, all the way up front into the first group of search terms. This means make your keywords like this, matcha green tea powder. Do not make your keywords like this, tea powder green matcha. Put your keywords in order of importance and keep phrases together. Now, copy and paste your search terms into your listing. You might chop up your search terms into 2 groups of less than 1,000 characters each, or you might decide to use 5 groups of less than 400 characters each. It's totally up to you. You can also put in Spanish words into your search terms. In the US, there are many Spanish speakers and maybe some search on Amazon in Spanish. Be creative when making up your search terms. There's a quick disagreement I want to go over with you right now. Some believe you shouldn't repeat the keywords used in your listing in your search terms because once it's on your listing, then it's indexed, and then there's no need to waste space using keywords again. Others say it's good to repeat keywords, but Amazon tells you not to repeat keywords in their guidelines. Yes, this is true, but we haven't seen any evidence that suggests repeating keywords hurts your visibility with those keywords. And I like taking the middle ground on this one. If you have 2,000 characters of unique and relevant search terms you can use, then do not repeat the keywords located elsewhere in your listing. But if you can't find a good set of 2,000 characters that are unique and relevant search terms to use, then do repeat your most important keywords, because Amazon is always changing their search algorithm and repeating keywords doesn't hurt. Better safe than sorry. Number 8, subject matter keywords. In the back end of your listing, there are other fields to enter in more keywords besides search terms. Subject matter keywords can be effective. Platinum keywords can be ignored unless you're a platinum merchant, which is an invite-only honor. The other fields are totally optional. They might help, and the general rule is that the more complete your listing is, the better. These other fields will give you suggestions too. If any of the suggestions are relevant to your product, then use them. If the suggestions are irrelevant to your product, then put your own keywords in these fields that describe your product. These fields of keywords are for specific use cases when somebody would use your product. These fields should be considered low priority, but it's a good idea to fill them out anyway. Number 9, category. Make sure to list your product in its most relevant category. You might think you should list your product in a category that isn't its most relevant category. Why would you do this? Because maybe a different category than your product's true category is less competitive. You might aim for a high category rank in this other category, and maybe you'll get that elusive bestseller badge. This type of thinking is a mistake. Why? I'm glad you asked. First of all, some shoppers browse products by category. If you're in a category that isn't your true category, then you will miss out on an opportunity to get in front of shoppers who might buy your product. Second, category affects your ad performance. Now, Amazon doesn't tell us this outright, but there is very strong anecdotal evidence from sellers that relevance is very important to ad performance. Let me explain. Think about the keyword phrase green tea that shoppers might search for. Which category do you think is most fitting for this keyword phrase? Probably tea, or even green tea. Amazon is smart. They know that shoppers want to find products as easily as possible, so they want all green teas to be in the green tea category to make their customers' lives easier. Now, if you go place your green tea in a different category, but you bid on the keywords green tea in your ads, Amazon is going to get confused. Amazon's algorithm is going to think to itself, why is this green tea that's not in the green tea category bidding on the keywords green tea? It must be that this green tea is a little bit different than regular green tea, and therefore it's not as relevant to our shopper as other green teas in the green tea category. Therefore, let's charge this tea a bit more money for this ad since we aren't really sure if our shopper wants this product or not. That's kinda how I imagine the way a robot talks to itself. But this is the issue with relevance. Correct category placement makes your product most relevant, and you'll save money on Amazon ads when you place it correctly. Last, category affects your organic rank. It's the exact same reason as why it affects your ad performance. Keywords are relevant to certain categories. An organic rank is query-based with keywords. So how do you find the correct category for your product? Just take a look at your closest and most successful competitors. Which category are they in? There's your answer. Number 10, promotions. Remember to include discounts on your product's page. Here's what they look like when they're on your listing. Most shoppers will never see these. However, some will, and some will use them. It could make the difference between you getting the sale over your competitor. And since it takes up space on your product's listing page, it's another opportunity for you to stop your shopper in their tracks so they have another touch point with you where you get an additional chance to make the case for your product. Recently, Amazon now makes these promotions available to see near the price display. Here's the same product and same listing as the image I used right before. Check out how it tells you there are 4 promotions right next to the price. For further reading, check out our blog post to read Amazon's guide on making promotions. If you have one product, consider doing a percentage off for more than one unit to reward high volume shoppers. If you have more than one product, consider doing a buy one get one offer so you can cross-sell the other products you sell. Number 11, Prime shipping. All things considered, it's to your advantage to ship products so that they qualify for Prime shipping. Tens of millions of shoppers are Prime subscribers, and many of them will only buy products that are Prime eligible. Amazon spoiled us and made us used to free 2-day shipping. Additionally, there have been studies that show Prime members spend more than non-Prime members. So when you cater to the Prime crowd, you're selling to Amazon's biggest spenders. Many sellers also contend that Amazon gives your product a boost in rank if it's Prime eligible. And that makes sense, right? If Prime customers spend more money, then Amazon wants to put more Prime products in front of them so they will buy more. Making your product Prime eligible is like putting a cherry on top of your listing. I recommend you participate in the FBA, Fulfilled by Amazon program, so your products automatically qualify for Prime shipping. Another way is to participate in Seller Fulfilled Prime, but this program maintains strict performance guidelines you'll need to meet. Number 12, Amazon ads. The easiest, best, and most powerful way to drive sales to your product on Amazon is through sponsored products and Amazon marketing services. Also, you get the added benefit of a treasure trove of data from Amazon when you participate in their ad programs. Amazon tells you exactly which keywords shoppers are searching for that convert to sales. This information allows you to constantly be learning what customers are searching for so you can optimize your listing even more. You'll be able to take this information and insert these high-performing keywords into your listing to improve it. Besides driving sales and helping you optimize your listing, Amazon ads also help you rank organically. And this is a really big one. Let's go back to the green tea for a second. Say you're bidding on a keyword phrase, green tea, and customers are clicking on your ad and then buying your tea. What message is this sending to the Amazon algorithm robot? It's telling the robot that your product is what customers want when they search for green tea. And then our dear Amazon robot is going to increase your organic rank for the keyword search term phrase green tea because it now has proof that your product is what shoppers want when they search for green tea. This ad to sale to organic rank feedback loop can be truly magical when it's up and running. The more you run ads, the more sales you'll get, and the more data you'll get. The more sales you'll get, the higher you'll rank organically. The more data you'll get, the more you'll be able to optimize your listing with converting keywords, which leads to more sales, which leads to higher organic rank, which leads to more sales, and so on and so on. Again, this is that momentum virtuous cycle thing I mentioned before. Running Amazon ads is a process that needs to be managed weekly. Unfortunately, it's not a set it and forget it situation. Campaigns need to be analyzed 1 to 2 times per week to make sure everything is running smoothly since the marketplace is dynamic and competitive. You can learn to manage Amazon ads yourself easily, or if you'd rather find a manager to do it for you, contact us. Number 13, sales velocity. The last part of an optimized listing is good sales velocity. Amazon calls it sales rank. And back in the blog post, we link to what Amazon has to say about sales rank. I like saying velocity because rank depends on category. Really though, sales velocity is just a fancy way of saying how fast are you selling. Selling on Amazon is like a snowball. It's hard to get it started, but once it gets going, it just builds on itself. If you aren't currently selling much, then you have a low sales velocity and you need to do what you can to get it up. The best way to do this is through Amazon ads, both sponsored products and Amazon marketing services. Start running ads to get traffic to your listing so you can make sales. If you need an extra boost, there are launch services out there you can use, but they are expensive because they charge you hundreds of dollars and they make you sell your product for just $1 or $2. And while launch services work, they can be temporary. Another good way to boost sales is by building your own list of buyers. This is a bit advanced, but it basically consists of you running Facebook ads to build an email list of people who are interested in what you're selling. If that's too much for you, then just stick to running ads for now. If you can't get sales velocity up with Amazon ads, then contact us at azmarketers.com/contact because we specialize in this too. Okay, that's it. Now it's time to make it happen. We just covered a ton, so congratulations on making it all the way through. These are the 13 aspects of an optimized Amazon listing, and now you are a true expert on Amazon listing optimization. Maybe you can now go sell Amazon listing optimization services and make a lot of money. If you do, just think of me on your way to the bank. To be successful selling on Amazon, an optimized listing is a necessary part of your business. Before you focus on marketing, paid advertising, launches, promotions, and fancy funnels, make sure that your listing is optimized with research keywords and great copywriting. A great listing is a foundational component of a successful product. Don't open the marketing floodgates before making sure you have a great listing. If you do, you'll be missing out on sales and losing money on ads. Our team at AZ Marketers writes listings. We can research and write an optimized title, bullet points, product description, search terms, and subject matter keywords for you. We can also write your enhanced brand content or A+ content. We guarantee an amazing listing you love that's primed to generate recurring revenue for years. And if you don't like it, we'll revise it until you do. Our process is very research intensive. We do everything we can to find every last drop of relevant keywords for your product. Then we take our research and we weave it into copywriting that sells. We also do one-on-one consulting where you can leverage our experience of doing this for years. To reach out to us, just visit azmarketers.com/contact or email us at info@azmarketers.com. I'm Brian from AZ Marketers. Put this information to good use and now go sell more. Want to learn advanced Amazon listing optimization? Visit our blog post at azmarketers.com/listing where you can sign up for a case study where we do a teardown of a real Amazon listing and rewrite the title, bullet points, product description, and search terms where we walk you through the entire process. Check out our blog post and look for the red square, either at the top of the page or at the very bottom of the blog post. Again, that's azmarketers.com/listing. Look for the red box to sign up for the Amazon listing optimization teardown case study.